What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Austin Lewis here, coming to you guys with the Rated A Show, soon to be the final Storms Lounge. Ladies and gentlemen, today's guest is actually freaking awesome. I literally just followed him on Instagram a week or two ago. Dude is absolutely blowing up. His name's Net. For those of you that don't follow him on Instagram, in the description below, his link to his Instagram will be below, as well as his app. So this thing, I mean, obviously he's going to we're going to talk a lot about it in the aspect of what it is, why he created it, what his role is, what his goal is, and so forth. But LinkMe, okay? If you guys haven't already checked out LinkMe, you definitely need to check out LinkMe because one, it's brilliant. And I don't even know, I just was playing around with it on it yesterday, last night in bed, couldn't sleep. We're scrolling around on LinkMe and I was like, this is so sick. But it's also so sexy. So obviously we're going to get a chance to find out what that is, because it's not just another app. There's so many apps in today's world, right? So if you guys would do me a favor for another app, the app that is coming up, make sure and smash the thumbs up button on this YouTube video, because it does in fact help the algorithm. And if you guys are brand new here, make sure and subscribe. Net, dude, thank you so much for coming on the pod, bro. I apologize for the timing issues, but hey, bro, I got you here.
Yeah, no, thank God, man. I appreciate you getting me on. It's nice to get a spotlight on LinkMe and show people what we're working on.
100%, bro. So obviously I don't know who you are. You know what I mean? I do know that the Miami center is right down there below. You're in Miami. I do know that you created the app LinkMe. Based off your Instagram page, you're a baller. You know what I mean? Have been baller for quite some time now. You're 23. That's what you shared with me. You're 23. That's what you shared with me. What is LinkMe? Give us the rundown.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You know, when I'm usually like pitching investors, I have so many different ways to explain LinkMe because there's so many different people that are using it. But when I'm pitching an older audience, I usually compare it to like a digital Panama Canal. So kind of like a place where everyone can go through and see where you're at all over the internet. It's kind of like your online identity. And for everyone watching, I'll pull up my profile just so that you guys understand what we're talking about. I'm sure you can do a little edits on YouTube, pop it up, make it look
100%.
cool. But here's kind of a few ways to access LinkMe. So here we're on Instagram, right? And then we can simply just access it like any standard, link in bio, boom. So that's kind of step one to LinkMe. And as you know, you said, your words, not mine, sexy, right? Definitely sexy, looks really clean. And your profile is also really sick. I could pull that one up for them too. And then I'll kind of go into what we're doing that's a bit different. So there's your profile, definitely sexy as well. You got your show down there. And then all your other stuff for people to see. And then down here, you have your shouts, right? So that's like the social media side to LinkMe. So for the younger generation, right, that probably doesn't know what the Panama Canal is, right? A lot of these younger guys are not sure. We tell them, imagine, Linktree, right, had a baby with the social platform, right? And that's pretty much what we're doing at LinkMe. So it's a place to connect, network. You can come onto our app, post content. We call it shouting. So it's similar to like tweeting and retweeting, except it's shouting and giving a shout out. So it's a cool play on how Twitter's doing things. And then obviously you have all the profiles in one place. So you shout cool content, people see it, click on your profile, then they're like, oh, he's also on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, this, and that. Tap there, follow them on that spot. So it's a really cool thing that a lot of people are jumping on now. We're blessed to almost like 5 million people this year alone were using LinkMe. So we're blessed to see such good success. But yeah.
That is literally insane. For me, and again, this is just like as a user standpoint, right? Coming from somebody who I am as a person, right? I hate being that guy out at a restaurant or something like that, and they're like, yo, let me get your Instagram. And it's like, well, no, dude, I mean, yeah, you can go to my Instagram, but like, I want you to see all my shit, So literally last night, I'm not even joking you, Nat. I'm at this rooftop bar downtown Denver, and I literally was like, yo, do you have LinkMe? And they're like, no. I was like, download it and follow me. And then you can go to all my social medias. That way I'm not sending you my podcast link. I'm not sending you my Spotify. I'm not sending you my TikTok. I'm not sending you, and you don't gotta go search it. You can just hit it and it just goes right there, So I literally think it's a business card.
100%. It's funny you said that. That's actually part 2 to the app. So once you're on the app and you have it installed, you can add the widget. So literally my phone can be completely off, right? Here's my lock screen and my beautiful girlfriend right here.
Love it.
You swipe like that. You have this, and then this phone doesn't even have LinkMe installed, right? But boom, the QR code already got picked up. You click it. I'll put my Face ID. And now with this phone, LinkMe's not even installed. You access it from the web app. And like you said, it's a business card. for business people, they love this feature, right? They'll click add to contacts. Boom, all your
That's insane.
contact info. There's my number. You guys can call me. Actually, I have a system where if you're not in my contacts, it just goes straight to voicemail. So I'm not worried. Everyone always says like, "Oh my God, you're not scared to have your number out there?" I'm like, nope, it doesn't go through. I don't even know you called. So that's a cool thing. But it's cool you said that because it is like a business card, and so many business people are now using it, literally at networking events and a ton of different things. Like I'm actually gonna go to the Volt event here in Miami, the one Patrick Bet-David is doing in Miami,
Yeah.
like Tom Brady and stuff. And I'm gonna show a ton of people there how they don't need a business card anymore. And actually, Patrick Bet-David is a user as well, so he has a sick profile. We'll tap on there, show everyone. So
Wow.
shout out Patrick Bet-David, sick profile, has all this stuff there. And we have so many entrepreneurs, creators, you know, every different industry. This is an app for everyone. We have restaurants using us, nightclubs, any type of restaurant, type of business. They have their Uber Eats, DoorDash, all this stuff in one place. So whatever you do, any type of business, you can also create a profile. We tell people our market is anyone with a smartphone and businesses of all sizes, which is like the best market because who doesn't fall into that?
I love it. Dang, bro, this is literally mind blowing. It's crazy.
Yeah,
okay, so
thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's congratulations on this. But you know, I can't say that enough. I mean, obviously, coming from me versus other individuals, obviously, it doesn't mean as much. But I mean, talk to me about like when did this come? When did LinkMe become an idea? How many people do you? How many business partners you got? Are you like? Can you share with me the structure of this?
Yeah, of course. I can tell you that. So there's definitely things where since now we have something with the SEC, we did a filing there, so I'm a bit limited in exactly some terms that I'm not allowed to mention. But I can tell you kind of the foundation of the company for sure. We have an amazing team. We're blessed to have an amazing team. It's 3 co-founders, myself and 2 others, Dre Medici and Val Scher. Dre is our chief marketing officer, super successful young guy. He's also an investor in our company. At 19, Dre Medici was already a multimillionaire. You know, this is a guy that just bought a Lamborghini Urus, super successful young guy who has a huge marketing company with thousands of clients across the world. And he decided to come, you know, be our chief marketing officer because he really believed in what we were doing here and obviously decided to put his own money behind it. And then Val Scher is an extremely talented young guy. He's actually younger than Dre and I. He's 20 years old. And he has access to some of the biggest celebrities, influencers. He did a huge thing in his past business where it was a fitness business, online e-commerce store with micro influencers. So he literally has an Excel sheet with like unlimited influencers that he personally worked with, has their number, email, all the numbers they were doing for him. So we've been using that, leveraging all that awesome stuff to bring a ton of people onto our app. And that really helped us grow a lot as well. So shout out Val, our chief operating officer, and then shout out Dre Medici as well. Maybe you'll get them on for another episode, but yeah.
100%. Dang, that's crazy, bro. So when did this when did LinkMe come into fruition? Like, when did you guys think about it?
Yeah, no. So originally it was just Val and I, and we actually, the way it came is we had another app before this called Moves, and it literally, you open your phone, it would grab your location and show you every club, party, event near you based on your location. And what happened, obviously, COVID came, we had to shut that down. But we got the idea for LinkMe because we were doing an event with these people that were flying out NLE Chapa, and we were doing a ton of promotions. And actually, we were meeting with these people, and everyone had to promote the event. So we had to get their Snapchat, Instagram, phone number, and email, right? And obviously, didn't take 10 seconds to get all that info from 3 separate people. I literally gave them my phone one by one. They're each putting their Snapchat, Instagram, then saving their phone number, putting the email there. It literally took 20 minutes. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Me and Val get home and we're like, okay, on our app, we have a QR code to scan the ticket to get into the event. What if we did the same text, simple QR code, but instead of a ticket info, we're storing a contact card with a ton of info and anything you can imagine. So links, profiles, kids in school are literally adding their PlayStation, Xbox, scanning across the classroom. So it's really cool how it's like a market for anyone to use. And that's pretty much how we came with the original idea. And then we released the beta in Miami. Dre Medici saw it because he's also a Miami-based entrepreneur. And he reached out. He said, yo, you guys are doing something really cool. And it's funny because we had so many mutual friends and we all grew up in Miami that it kind of made a perfect sense for us to team up, bring Dre on. He ended up investing and becoming chief marketing officer and our co-founder. So us three, kind of the three-headed goat, that good song, a Lil Durk song. Yeah. That's kind of how we look at this team, the three-headed goat over here. So yeah. And we have many other people, obviously. If you guys go to our site, you can put the link in the description. You'll see our whole team on there. Incredible people. The guy who's the head of our app development, he built the app title. which is the app that Jay-Z and Beyonce sold to Jack Dorsey. It was like a Spotify competitor. It was sold for 300 million. So he's a super talented dude. But yeah, no, thank God we're seeing a ton of good success on our side.
That's crazy. What I mean, okay. So now I'm gonna go to different. I'm mind blown.
Yeah.
I'm going a million
There's a
different
lot
directions,
to take in.
right?
Yeah, there's a lot to take in. Yeah.
So okay, that's wild. That's crazy. Okay. What is? You guys built an app previously, so you guys have already done apps before. You've been in the app
That was
space.
actually before that app, I had a company called Next Gen. So like with that app, that also I was like, wow, I can do this as a business, make apps for people. So I had a company called Next Gen, and it was really successful. Like we're like even today, it's still active. I'm just not really hands-on at all. I just own the company and I have a team running that. And my partner just runs the show there. So I'm full focused at LinkMe, but Next Gen makes apps for people. So I already was in the app world. I'm a tech guy. When I was a little kid, 13 years old, I started making money online developing Minecraft servers. So like I've just been doing tech stuff since I was a little kid, and it just went from, servers on Minecraft to websites, then to apps, and now here we're at LinkMe.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. So what okay, so you want to create an app. I don't even know what goes into creating an app, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
What type of capital investment does it cost to create something like where LinkMe's, obviously LinkMe's a very diverse and very developed now, right? So I mean, what is the cost of something like that look like?
No, for sure. So an app like LinkMe is huge. It's a 7-figure operation. So it's not something small. You can make an app, really a very simple app, for probably around like, a few $1,000s. Very
Yeah.
simple, very basic, kind of bare bones app. I wrote a Forbes article. If you guys go on Google and just search up how to develop an MVP to raise money, MVP, minimum viable product. So it's like a very simple app just to raise money, and it kind of walks you through how it's not as hard as you think. You can actually do it with a few pieces. The main piece that you want to get started with is find a talented designer to help you bring your vision to life on paper. Because even just with a design, that's enough to actually show it to investors and raise money. People don't realize that. You don't even need a physical product that works to raise money. You can just show someone a design and they can vision, wow, this is really cool. So you're going to build this. And if I click that, it'll do this and that. That's really cool. Here's 10 grand, right? And then you got the 10 grand from the first guy who put a check into you. You take that money, you hire a developer, you start building out the app, and you do it as an MVP. So just do it to the minimum, right? It doesn't have to be all out. You don't have to go crazy and have a super scalable infrastructure on the back end, which that could be half the cost, right? Behind the scenes, what people don't even see, just the server side, the cloud. People don't realize how many moving parts are behind the scenes that they don't even see. So I would say at first, don't even focus on that. Just focus on getting a product that works on a small scale, and then pitch people with that product that works, because obviously you'll have a few hundred people you're showing it to. That's not going to break your server. And then from there, raise more and more money to actually build it out, scale it, do marketing. But it's a step-by-step process. I recommend you guys read that Forbes article that I wrote. It kind of breaks it down, where to find developers, designers, how to put a team together, do all of that.
What does the legal aspect of starting something like this look like, right? And
Oh yeah,
when was your guys' goal with LinkMe to get like this big? And I'm saying you guys are big because like you guys probably feel like you haven't even scratched the surface.
Yeah, no, exactly. So we're definitely, blessed to even see this level of success, right? So we're blessed to even get to this point. But we really do see this as being, one of the major platforms one day that, you bump into anyone and they just say, oh, what's your LinkMe, right? So that's kind of the goal. And we truly believe that one day you're going to meet someone and they're going to say, hey, what's your LinkMe? And it's not going to be, what's your phone number? What's your Instagram? It's going to be, what's your LinkMe? Because why not get everything the person wants to show you, versus just one or two things that are going to take you longer to swap versus having it all in one go. So that's kind of our goal. But jumping back to what you're saying, the legal side of things, that's a whole headache that we leave to our amazing legal team. And that's so much, BS back and forth stuff, especially getting to this point, the amount of stuff you need to put together just on the legal side, getting an incorporation and doing all these different filings on the SEC, and all this stuff is just such a headache. Just, if I were you, I would try to look for a lawyer that believes in what you're doing and will take shares, because that'll save you a ton of money in the start. And in the beginning, you could start small, just do yourself a little LLC just to keep you safe in case something happens. But yeah, no, definitely when you get to these bigger levels, you're going to want to get a very, very talented business legal team to handle everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's probably a 7-figure operation itself right there.
So it's unbelievable how much you have to pay some of these lawyers. It's crazy. Like I have now these lawyers that are like $500 an hour. You're on the phone with them for 10 minutes. They're killing you with these charges. It adds up at the end of the month. You get an invoice. Like it's crazy, but yeah.
100%. So let me ask you this. Where is the money exactly in?
I'll tell you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't
In
even gotta
Linkme,
ask my
right?
question.
Yeah, exactly. No, of course. So listen, we honestly believe that we're gonna get to a point where we have so many different people on this app that businesses, and we actually did a test for this, and we I believe within 90 days we did over 180,000 in revenue. And it was a test that we did where basically we reached out to businesses. We said, hey, let's set up a LinkMe profile for you, help you promote it, show you how to put it on all your different platforms and drive traffic to it, and then give you the numbers and the analytics about it, and basically how we're going to help you grow across your different profiles. And when we started that little small scale operation, that was last year, our first month we did like 20K. The second month we did 40K. The final month we broke 100K. So literally we did from $0 a month in 90 days, reached 100K a month business. And that kind of proved to all our investors and everyone a part of the company that there's money to be made here. But I really like how Zuckerberg and Facebook, I was listening to one of his quarterly calls, and what he said is the same way that we built all of our other apps, we're going to focus on user growth, and then we'll figure out revenue. And that's an amazing thing, because really the truth is you want to make sure your users are happy. You don't want them to open an app and just see a bunch of ads and see, have a shitty experience. You want them to enjoy what they're using, right? So the big picture here is that people come on, we let businesses target their consumers, present them ads, and it's a huge industry. So we really believe any businesses of all sizes are going to be able to come on, use our ads platform to target the audiences they want to reach. And that's a huge industry. For example, Facebook in 2022, they did like 116 billion from their ads platform. The year before, they did like 114 billion. Don't quote me, Google it, make sure I got the right figure. I know it's over 100 billion for sure. I don't know if that was the exact figure, but that's just unbelievable, right? Like, even if we fail by 99% compared to them, you're still doing $1 billion a year, right? And that's kind of where apps like, Snapchat's doing a few billion a year. TikTok just started. I believe in 2021, they did like 4 point something billion. And last year they did close to 10 billion. And this year, I think they're projected to do close to 20 billion in a single year just from running ads. So it's definitely something businesses want. They want those eyeballs, right? If you're getting a ton of eyeballs on your platform, you want business to come on and show their products and services, and they'll do it. So yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Do you find it being a struggle? Okay, this is going to be an odd question, but are you the one personally raising the capital, or do you have a team that does that?
So it's a mixture. I definitely have a very talented board, a definitely talented, team of people who bring investors to meet me, but I'm the one that does all the pitches. I'm the one that's presenting the deck. I kind of show them, why they should believe in us. And so far it's been working great, and they love bringing it to me because they say, like, once they pass the ball to me, it's a done deal. That's kind of like what they all say. So yeah, that's how we do it.
That's crazy, Dan. That's literally that's mind blowing. Have you came into any, like, this is probably going to be one of the best podcasts I've actually had in quite some time, bro. But like LinkMe, right? Is Linktree not happy with you guys?
Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. Actually, when we first started, a lot of people, they were saying, all these apps linked in, right? Linktree. You guys are going to be in that segment. Are they not going to come after you? Something in the US, just for your audience to learn, you can sue for whatever you want. You could be wrong and you could sue the person. Obviously, later in court, you'll find out you're wrong. But what happens is these big companies, they have unlimited money, right? Yeah. So they can actually just go after you, keep you in court, and bury you in court just because you can't even afford the legal fees to keep going. Yeah. So that's what will happen. A lot of investors were actually scared of things like that. But basically, what we realize is that, look, these companies don't own the word link, because that's the only common thing, right? Yeah. So these people don't own that term link. Link is a very generic term. So us saying link me is, to my knowledge, more than fine. I've been doing it for years now, and thank God, God willing, nothing happens now that I'm saying this. But yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And how long has LinkMe been an app?
Yeah, so I believe we launched it like 2 years ago, and the whole we started in 2020, and we launched our beta, and then we really went all out about 2 years ago is when we started pushing. Yeah.
That's crazy. You've probably had a lot of late nights and early mornings and
Oh,
sleepless
that's every
nights.
day. If you do it, if you guys have a startup, and some people say, that they're doing this and that, but like they're not all in. If you have a startup, especially one that's in the tech world, you need to be 24/7. I have emergency contacts set for anyone on my team. And I tell them, call me at 4 in the morning while I'm asleep if something's wrong. I
Yeah.
will wake up and jump on my computer and assist, right? Like we just had an issue the other day, a DDoS attack, right? Someone was trying to take us down. So there's hackers trying to DDoS us and take us down. Thank God we were good. Nothing happened. We have like good measures in place. Thank God. But I got a call in the middle of the night. I woke up at 3 a.m. I'm opening my computer. I'm like, okay, so let's check AWS. Let's see what's going on. Let's block these IPs. It's really, these terms are like Chinese to most people, but
Yeah.
there's a few ways to take down a service. DDoS, distributed denial of service. That's a way that hackers use. They have a botnet, right? A ton of computers that are under their control, and they can target all those computers to send a shitload of traffic to your site to take it down. So luckily in our case, we believe it was some kid messing around, doing it from probably his computer, even just his IP directly to our site. So it didn't take us down, but we were getting like 30,000 requests hit in a second from this kid's computer. It's like you clicking the refresh button on your Chrome browser 30,000 times in a second using a program. So
That's
yeah.
a lot.
It's a shitload.
How do you stop something from from doing that? Because obviously, I mean, you got
Yeah, you could throttle it. Yeah, so you just throttle it. So like a real human, obviously they could probably click it a few times a second, right? So if you see a human that's clicking it a few times a second, you're just gonna assume, okay, it's shitty internet. He's just clicking refresh a bunch of times till it loads up. But if you see 30,000 come in, you need to block that IP from accessing the server, right? So you don't want it to access your site. You're just gonna block it. So that's pretty much what we do. We throttle it so that if you try to do, let's say, more than 100 requests in a second, it's just going to block your IP. You won't be able to request anything.
So they can't go to the website.
Exactly. You'll just lose access to our whole ecosystem. You won't be able to access LinkMe. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. What is the tech world, man? It's so fascinating.
Yeah. It's an insane world. It's an insane world. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in tech myself, but this type of tech is magnificent, is marvelous. Do you think because it's an app, do you think it's been like what hardships have you gone through?
At first it was scaling, just like we had a point where in France, someone, we didn't even know this guy, big guy in France, posted us on his Instagram story and our whole server crashed. And we're like, what? We didn't launch a campaign. What the hell's going on? Like usually we would launch campaigns or we would just do stress tests on our own servers and we'd go down just because we're stress testing to see how far we can go. And this guy out of nowhere stories us, says this is literally what he says, that all the juice is on LinkMe, right? And we found out who he is. He's some famous gossip celebrity guy in France that all he does is just talk like about the celebrities, all the gossip over there. And he posted us, and it actually took us to number 7 on the French App Store. So that was insane. Like I think it was like 40,000 in one day downloaded it from this guy, and it took us to number. It was insane. That was a crazy time. Yeah.
Free shout out.
And we went down. Yeah, free shout out. We actually ended up doing a deal with him after that, and we did pay him a nice amount for doing some other promotions, and that went really well. Probably from him alone, probably over like 100,000. We have a huge audience in France just from this one dude. Yeah, like in Paris, a ton of people. Yeah.
That's so cool, dude. So the investors that invested, did they just earn a stake or a percentage of the company, or is it like a dividend?
So they got shares. So how we do it at our cap table, we have shares that if you become an investor, you receive shares of the company, and then the ownership that each person has gets diluted, right? Because shares are being issued. And that's pretty much how we've been doing it since day one. So just issuing shares to new investors. And just like, you go on the stock market and you buy shares of Tesla, we issue you shares. God willing, one day, potentially we have the ability to take it public. Anything is possible. If we can get to that point, then one day people will go on there and they'll be able to sell their shares and do things like that.
100%. What is that your guys' big goal? I mean, what is your goal with LinkMe?
Yeah, so obviously the goal is to just make this the best app ever, right? My real goal is that if I meet someone, they'll actually say to me, "What's your LinkMe?" without knowing who I am. That's my goal. That's a stupid goal, but
I love it.
I think that'll be cool. And the day that happens, like I'll feel like, okay, I finally made it. This guy doesn't know who I am, and he's asking me what my LinkMe is. We're out there, and it actually happened to me not in that way, but I was with my girlfriend for her birthday in Mexico, and I was wearing a hat that said LinkMe. And a girl came up to me, you know about LinkMe? And I was like, yeah, I made the app. She started laughing. She's like, no, you didn't make the app. I'm like, I swear I made the app. I showed her my Instagram. I showed her like logged into the Instagram of LinkMe. She's just shocked. She pulls out her phone. She's like, I have the app. I saw it on Instagram. I downloaded it. I was like, wow, like this is moving. Like someone randomly
In
a
Mexico.
tourist I would bump into in Mexico. It was crazy. It was crazy. It's insane. Yeah.
That's nuts. Do you think you guys will ever go public, or do you guys want to go down that route?
So honestly, I really don't know. I think just step by step, we're gonna just build the company, focus on making the best app, making the best user experience, and you know, wherever God wants us to go, that's where we'll go. And I put my faith in God. I just step by step, you know, see how it goes. But yeah.
Yeah, I love it, dude. That's so cool. How's the partnership between you three? You know, I mean, is there? I mean, having two, you know, just a business partner in general is pretty difficult, let
Yeah.
alone three, right? I mean, obviously, that's got to be very dynamic. I mean, do you want to share anything about that?
Yeah. So what I'll tell you is we got blessed because like, so this is a crazy thing. So obviously you see we're here at the LinkMe HQ. This is basically a two-story apartment in Miami, literally across the street from the Heat Stadium. So what we were doing when we first decided to do this is we were looking for an office, right? We all had our own spots, and we found a nice office, like $8,000 a month in Brickell. And then we said, you know what? This is enough money to get a really cool apartment. Why don't we get like sick apartment instead of some stupid box office and some BS, you know, office building?
Sure.
And let's live there together and have our team just come into here, right? Like to my left, you guys can't see off camera, but have our team come sit here every day and just get on their computers, get to it. And then we all live here. We're on top of each other 24/7. And we're super blessed because myself and Dre, we're like night owls. Like we'll stay up to like 4 a.m. getting shit done. And then Val, our COO, he's just a savage morning guy. This dude every day is in our room 6 a.m. with a taser. He doesn't care when we went to sleep. With a taser, wake your ass up right now. You're getting tased. And then boom, we're just right back to work. Literally 2 hours of sleep, right back to work, drinking coffee, just getting shit done. So it's just such a good dynamic. And also that we each are good in our own ways. Like Val is a super good guy that's, you know, knows how to position us in where we need to be. Like Val told me, hey, you have a call at 4:30. Obviously the time's changed. But then Dre, our marketing guy, who's always in my Instagram, making sure, you know, I'm doing all the marketing things with people there. He was in my Instagram. He's like, hey, you know, Austin just sent you a DM. He's on the call right now. I'm like, what? Isn't it an hour? Yeah. And then I was like, oh shit, okay, I'll jump on right now, whatever. So it's such a good dynamic because like Dre does the marketing, Val's making sure all the operations running smooth. I'm doing the tech and business with the investors. So it just works perfect. It's like the dynamic is a blessing from God. Like it couldn't have been more perfect.
Yeah, that's so cool. How is like what is so valuable with like apps? You know what I mean? Like how do, like, for example, like Snapchat and shit like that, like how do they have billion-dollar evaluations and stuff?
Yeah. No, so at the end of the day, it just comes down to how many users you have that are their, you know, eyeballs, right? Because at the end of the day, it's just our business is going to spend money to access those eyes that are using your platform every day. And behind the scenes, these apps are collecting so much data that they can actually tell a business, hey, this person's into tech, this person's into makeup, this person is a real estate agent. Like they're collecting a ton of information so they can actually put you into buckets and then allow businesses to go and market to you. So like if anyone here watching has used Facebook ads, you know, when you go in there, you choose the targeting, right? How does Facebook know that this guy's a business owner? Because maybe in his bio, he put CEO of da-da-da, right? Or stuff like this. So there's all these different data points. And once you have millions and millions of people using your stuff, you start to see crazy valuations happen. For example, Clubhouse, which was an app that went crazy during COVID, people don't know this. That app reached a $4 billion valuation and they raised $400 million. So it's pretty unbelievable how crazy these apps can get. And then, you know, obviously you have extremes like LinkedIn and WhatsApp, which I believe Microsoft paid like 26 billion for LinkedIn. And WhatsApp, Facebook paid like 19 billion. So these are just crazy numbers. And it just comes down to how many users are using it and are people going to pay for, you know, those eyeballs. So that's really what it comes down to.
That is literally so fascinating. That's crazy. I had like 7,000 questions that I wanted to pop up and ask you, but I literally cannot remember them now. That's insane. What do your parents think about this?
So it's funny. So my dad, he's a savage, and I tell people like my dad he's the best mentor I can have, the best dad you can have. My mom, she's the best mom, and she's a very easygoing, chill, relaxed mom. And then my dad is like the total opposite. He's like business savage guy. So my dad is also an entrepreneur. And he actually, like 20 years ago, he founded his company. It's called SkyX. And he took his company public last year. So like I've always looked up to my dad and said like, wow, I want to, be like my dad. He's such a successful business guy. I want to work hard. I want to succeed. So growing up in that environment, to him, like seeing me like do this, it's just like, okay, I expect that. Like, like it's not like, okay, good, you're doing it. It's like, cool, like you should be doing that, which I think is amazing. And I think every kid in the world deserves that. They deserve someone in their life to not tell them, oh, you're doing great, now chill and relax. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't get comfortable. Keep pushing. The sky is the limit. People look at, like Elon Musk and Zuckerberg and all these people and say like, wow, they're gods. But no, they're human. They're just like me and you. Yeah. And I tell people, the billionaires that I know, I talk to them the same way that I talk to the valet. These are humans. Yeah. Literally, the valet here in my building, I talk to them the same way I talk to a billionaire. And I don't treat anyone special. We're all humans. We're all the same. Don't give anyone special treatment just because, they got lucky and worked hard. That's all it is. It's hard work and luck. They had a lucky idea and they executed and worked their ass off to do it. That's literally all it is. Those two keys.
That's insane. Whatever happened to Clubhouse?
So it's still active. They raised like, I believe over $500 million total. So like 500+ million in the bank that they raised. I have no clue, the status of the company. I don't know, how it's doing today. I know it still exists. And it's actually something you can add to your LinkMe profile. So I see a lot of people actually have it there and they schedule Clubhouse things like to go on there and do those podcasts. But I don't really check up on the app. I'm not such a user of it, but yeah.
For sure. What is your favorite app outside of LinkMe?
My favorite app outside of LinkMe? Honestly, I think it's probably Instagram. Okay. I think Instagram, it's just like, it's such a good, I just love how they did it. I just love everything about it. I really love what they did on Instagram. It's just such a good app. Yeah. Isn't
the concept, right? Like this is quite interesting of me. Let me wet my whistle here because I did a podcast before this and I talked a lot. So
yeah, you're good. I also need to go re-up on my drinks. So I'll let you drink. I see you drinking Prime. They sponsored you or you just love that?
No, honestly, I just love the Prime, dude.
It tastes good, bro. I thought it was a little too sweet, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on. I mean, my favorite one is the red, white, and blue, the ice pop. That's like my hands down, or the Metamoon. Those ones are pretty good. Those ones aren't as sweet.
I tried like the red one, whatever the red one is, and I was like, I spit it out. I was like, yo, this is way too. I'm like a water guy. This is literally water. So yeah, I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%. What was I going to ask you? God, that was going to be so good. Okay, that's what it was. The philosophy. I don't even know what this is. I mean, you know more than I do, right? So, for example, right? And I'm not going to throw shade or not talk shit, but Threads. Yeah. Instagram comes out with the Twitter competitor or whatever, right? 100 and some plus million or whatever the number was, right? Downloads. The day I downloaded it was the only day I ever used it. I haven't been back onto the platform. Why do you think apps are like that?
That's one of my favorite questions because investors ask the same exact question. Yeah. They all ask, okay, LinkMe's gonna blow up and then die. That's what they literally say that, oh, it's a cool idea, it's just gonna blow up and die. And I actually tell them, no, because we're not just a platform to post on, we're a tool. And being a tool, like a phone, you have to call people every day, right? Yeah. A computer, if you work, you send emails out all day long. These are tools. So LinkMe having so many different tools built into it. For example, you meet someone for the first time, all you need to do from your lock screen, hey, here's all my info, boom, you're done. That's a tool. So you have reasons to use it. Now, part two to that, when you go now on social media and you see LinkMe here on someone's bio, right? Yep. For example, there's so many big people who have it in their bio. They don't want to get rid of that because they're seeing all the traffic going to all their different profiles. So it's a tool that's assisting them in person and online.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win tool where it's the best of both worlds. In-person interaction, right? You don't want to go be a weirdo and say, hey, what's your phone number, Instagram, Snapchat? You know, nobody's going to do that, right?
No.
So it's much more smooth to say, hey, here's my link. You get all my info totally free. Just scan it. You don't need the app or anything. Just use your camera. Boom, you got the info. You're done. And then online, click the link. People add it to their email signature. People are adding it to all their different profiles. And it's just the easiest way to swap information in a second for free.
And you can put your websites on there as well. So I mean, if you have
everything.
If you have 5 different websites, you can have 5 different websites on LinkMe.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally wow.
I actually like what a lot of these YouTubers are doing. They're putting like their best videos on there on the LinkMe, and it's like it's showing like all their crazy videos, the ones that were like the clickbaity, the ones that did the best for their channel. Because what that does is now someone clicks on their LinkMe, and let's say they put the recent videos, right? And they're like, yeah, none of this stuff, I don't care, right? But if you put your craziest content on display, people are like, whoa, let me click that. And then they fall in love with you because you got them in with that hook, that crazy video that actually worked for you a year ago. You're showing it to people that are new to just found out about you. So, but yeah, so definitely on Threads, jumping back to the original question, we went totally off topic here, but definitely on Threads where you were saying it did pop off and it just died down. And I think something we're doing smart is we're building step by step. A lot of these apps that come out, they'll raise like 50 million bucks from venture capital, burn it all, and close down, right? And it happens a lot. People actually don't know Facebook had an app competing with TikTok, and I forgot the name of it, but Google this. Google Facebook's TikTok competitor app that they shut down because it didn't succeed. You can Google that. You'll find the name on there. Tell me if you found the name. And people don't know this. This is my life, right? The app world is my whole life, right? So I know everything there is to know about these things. But basically, they had an app, Facebook TikTok competitor app, quietly launches TikTok competitor app called Lasso. So maybe some people heard of it. It was called Lasso, Lasso. I just Googled it. I found the article.
Interesting.
And they launched it to compete with TikTok because they saw what TikTok did. They realized we're too late to the party. We just got to throw this onto IG. And now they're playing catch up with Reels, which surprisingly is picking up the pace. And I think now they're on par almost with TikTok. TikTok's still a bit ahead with the short form world, but now you see YouTube Shorts is kind of going to overtake both of them. That's how it's starting to look. But yeah, no, it's unbelievable how these apps, go crazy and then out of nowhere die. So that sucks. And we're blessed to have a tool, not just an app, because a tool 100%. You need to come back and use it all the time. Yeah, exactly.
That keeps you around. That's literally insanely fascinating, bro. That is next level for sure. I'm mind blown, honestly. I mean, congratulations, first and foremost. You know what I mean? Because
thank you.
To build something so in depth and honestly, like, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it, but like, you're fucking young, dude, like 23 years old. Your partners are younger than you, and for you guys to, build something that has been so insane and so incredible is honestly one of the coolest things and fantastic conversation, dude. Did you go to college?
So I did. I actually wanted to be a lawyer. But like I went to college. I was doing it for I think 2 years. I was doing it, and then like my other company, Next Gen, I was literally like, all right, I'm just gonna go all in with this. I like tech. I'm not gonna stay in college. And then also LinkMe started to pick up pace, and I was like, okay, let me just get out of here. Let me focus on business. Worst case, you could go back to college. And I'm actually not against college. People always ask me like, oh, you should do a video why college sucks, and I'm like, college, that's how people go from zero to having a life, right? That's the easiest way to nothing's guaranteed in life, but that's the easiest way to guarantee an average life, right? And if you want average, which some people are happy with average, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people 100%. Want just a regular home, a nice family, 1 or 2 vacations per year, whatever it is. Some people want average, and that's cool, but there's crazy people that want everything, and for those people, college is not for you. Go start a business, go do your dreams and make them happen.
100%. I think since we're on the topic of college, and I'll be honest with you, I mean, I used to be the college sucks, never go to college, it's such a waste, yada yada yada. But now that I'm I've gone old in my wrinkly age of 28 years old, I look back at my life and I'm like, damn, I wish I went to college. And now, of course, there's gonna be a bunch of sticklers that are gonna drop comments or shoot me a DM and be like, okay, dickhead. You have a video 2 years ago of you saying fuck college. I'm like, yeah, 2 years ago, I was, I was still immature. I was still didn't know what I knew. And because you don't know what you don't know. And now I found out something that I did know. And that's what if you used college as a tool like LinkMe, right? If you use college as a tool, not to go just for an education, but think about how many fucking Instagram followers you can go get walking around campus, just getting people's contact information, connecting, networking. I mean, a lot of those kids that go to college, they got rich mamas and rich daddies. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. Okay. And you have no idea what can come from that. So I would go to college now if I were to do it all over again, just for the connections and the relationship building and like starting a business, bro. I mean, think about if you were in college right now on a, I never went to college, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, think about if you went to Miami University. Okay. Let's just say you went to college.
Yeah.
University of Miami, and you were starting a company called LinkMe. And all you did while you were going to class is sharing LinkMe. It's inevitable that that's going to grow.
You're right.
And it's going to grow up. But you are leveraging you're leveraging college as just like these other apps do, right?
It's true. It's true. That's how Facebook started. That's how Facebook started in Harvard, right? It jumped from college to college. And people don't know this. In the beginning, Facebook was locked to a .edu email. You couldn't sign up if you didn't have a .edu. And then they realized, shit, this could be for everyone. Why are we limiting it to college people? Let's go all out, right? Yeah. So then, boom, they opened it to and then everyone jumped on. So that's you're right. That's a good point. College is a great place to network. And you know, my partner Dre, he went to University of Florida. And he said, like, dude, I was just working on my business there. Like, I was doing my stuff. I was making money. And everyone around me is telling me, come, let's party, let's club, let's drink, let's get drunk, let's do drugs. And he's like, that's not an environment I want to be in. So you really, really need to go to, I guess, one of these like colleges that are very, very top tier to get what you're looking for. Yeah. Because if you're going to a college that's not like the party schools, they call them, right? Yeah. And I'm not hating on UF. I know UF is actually a really good college. I don't want them to hate LinkMe. UF is a great college. I'm just telling you what Dre's story. And that's why he decided to drop out too, right? Yeah. Because maybe that's just today's, generation just loves to go crazy and party and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what it is. I was lucky, actually. I didn't go to a crazy college because I wanted to stay in Miami. I went to FIU, Florida International University, and I thought it wasn't so bad. I had a good time there. It was chill. It's a nice thing. I started doing it online. And then I was just like, okay, this is just not for me. Let me just work. Let me get to work. That's what I said. And that's what I did.
100%, bro. Yeah, no, I think there's best of both worlds. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously I didn't go to college. Going into debt like that is definitely, not something I always recommend individuals. But again, there's not all debt is bad debt. You know what I mean? And one connection, one person, I mean, one podcast that I do with somebody could change my life. You know what I mean? And I've had multiple conversations with people like you on a podcast that has changed my life. It's just flat out and simple. I mean, people don't have what you want. People are what you want, at the end of the day. And just having, it's not what you know, but it's who you know. Being able to have that is crucial at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean, what does your life look like today? Like just like the day to day, what do you do every single day?
Dude, it's crazy, man. I don't leave my house. I sit here behind my computer and I just obviously you have, meetings in person sometimes with investors. You have to go to some stuff. We have another office in more north of Miami. It's in Deerfield. It's like by Boca, Fort Lauderdale. That's like our corporate office, the boring office. But yeah, this is the fun one, right? So you're usually here 99% of the time. But dude, my day is boring. I wake up at 6:45. I have Val screaming at me, come down. Yeah. Come down, let's get to work. And then me, Val, and Dre just get to work. We're here all day long. I'm not kidding. I probably will be here for another 5 hours, and it's already 5 p.m. here in Miami. So we just work 24/7, and you know, we get as much sleep as we can and just get right back to what we do. Because my days are just flooded with emails, you know, tech team calls, business calls, investor calls, all of the above, everything you can imagine, like
And
left and right flooded.
And when you say you're working, right? Like working, like what does that the nitty-gritty of the work do, right? Like are you DMing
Yeah.
people on Instagram to get a link tree?
Everything.
I mean, what do you
everything. All right. So obviously stuff like that is more VA stuff. So we have I have a VA in my account that does all that for me. Because like my time sending DMs to copy paste, like, you know,
100%.
that would not be smart, right? But you know, and there's another lesson.
Did you hire your VAs off, like, where'd you find them?
Upwork.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool little tools that I like to ask.
Yeah, no, Upwork is good for VA. Also, Fiverr is good.
Yeah.
It's also an Israeli company. Shout out Israel. I'm from Israel. I was born there, so shout out Israeli tech. We have a nice team in Israel too. In Tel Aviv, we have people out there. But yeah, no. So, dude, I don't know. My day is pretty. It's not like, and people think it's like so crazy. Like you do all this stuff. Really, it's a boring thing. You just wake up, look at all your emails, get back to everyone, send out new emails, follow up with different people you're working with, strategic partnerships, talk to investors, literally doing calls just like this with you, talking to investors, explaining updates, getting random calls from current investors that are asking how are things looking, giving them updates, having a call with the tech team, you know, troubleshooting issues, them asking me, hey, we're working on this feature. Did you want it to be like this or did you want it to be like that? Just so many different things. It's just, you're kind of facilitating and delegating like 99% of things. And then the things you do need to do, like reviewing contracts and stuff like that. After your lawyer reviews it, obviously you need to make sure it's what you want, because lawyers, people think they're not perfect.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I catch my lawyers all the time making mistakes. Like, and they'll be like, oh, sorry. And like, right. And if I didn't catch, I would have been in deep shit. Right. So it's like, you really got to just be on top of everything. Delegate as much as you can, obviously, right? Like VAs, if they could go into your account and copy paste messages, thank God, right? Thank God for that. But things you need to be on, like my favorite thing at this company is just getting on calls with the team, getting stuff done with them, getting on investor calls, pitching people, showing them what we're doing, what we're up to. That's probably the two favorite things that I do. And yeah, those are my days. Just a bunch of Zoom calls, emails, back and forth on text, facilitating.
That's so cool, dude. That's awesome, bro. Well, hey, I do come to Miami here, I think within the next couple of months. I might have to pull you out of your HQ and we'll have to go grab some lunch. And
Let's do it.
And I'm also working with a particular individual that I might have a podcast set up there in Miami, at a dope little warehouse and whatnot. So we could probably do an in-person one too, and kind of just dive into a lot more. I mean, I have a lot more questions, but I want to keep this as short as possible because I want people to come back for more. So if you guys are still listening here, make sure and pay attention to Net and I, because we're definitely going to be doing a lot more collabs, as well as a in-person podcast. And maybe I can do a couple podcasts with your partners as well, and kind of just get like
here we got Dre right behind me walking by. And also for your fans, let's do them a little favor. Top comment, we'll ship you out a LinkMe hoodie. And also send me your address and size. I'll get you a LinkMe hoodie too.
Let's go. I need a LinkMe hoodie, bro.
Awesome. Nice.
Sweet deal, bro. Well, dude, Net, congratulations again, man. I love the vision. Anything I can do for you, LinkMe, your entire squad, your team, your energy is incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to download LinkMe and shoot me a follow, that will be in the description in the link. You follow people on LinkMe, right? Or what's it really called?
Yeah. So we call it linking. So like you link with someone on the app and you guys are connected. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, if you guys need to link with me as well as Net, the link will be in the description below, as well as I'm not going to actually do that. I'm going to make you go through LinkMe. His Instagram is not going to be on there. His Instagram is going to be on his LinkMe.
My LinkMe. Yep. Nice. You'll see it all. Everything you need to know is on my LinkMe. Thank you so much for this opportunity, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Bro. Absolutely, man.
Easy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are still here again, make sure and smash the thumbs up button on this YouTube video, because it does in fact help the YouTube algorithm. Oh my goodness. And if you guys haven't already, make sure and subscribe if you guys are brand new here. Make sure and share this with somebody that wants to start an app, because this dude is a genius. We'll see you guys in a future episode.